An ethical dilemma is a conflict between alternatives where, no matter what choice a person makes, some ethical principle will be compromised. Choosing between two of your favorite shirts, deciding what to have for dinner, picking a Netflix show, life is full of decisions. However, these small choices are quite different than ethical decisions, which involve analyzing different options, eliminating those with an unethical result, and choosing the best ethical alternative. For those who are unfamiliar, ethics are standards of right and wrong that act as a guide for what humans should do. Ethics outline the code of behavior for individuals and societal groups, and are typically framed as virtues, duties, or socially acceptable actions. However, ethics are also guided by laws, cultural norms, policies, personal experience, philosophical schools of thought, and religious traditions. So, doing the right thing is a combination of personal, professional, and societal ethics. Most of us are taught right from wrong at a very early age, but there are also situations where you find yourself caught between two right decisions and are forced to make a choice between them. Such an ethical dilemma consists of a situation where a person should do both things being presented, yet the two things stand in conflict, for whatever reason, and only one can be performed. Not choosing one right thing does allow the person to choose the other right thing, but this simultaneously condemns him to an ethical failure. No matter what, he will do something wrong. Some examples of ethical dilemmas include truth versus loyalty, individual versus community, short-term versus long-term, and justice versus mercy. In many scenarios, these ideals are both right, but only one can be chosen, a decision that is often based on our individual values and current contexts. For those who may still be unclear about ethical dilemmas, perhaps an example will help. Imagine that your friend is heading out for a date and asks if you like her dress. Even though you personally don't find the dress very attractive, do you tell her the truth or keep quiet? This is an example of truth versus loyalty. On one side is loyalty to your friend as a supportive roommate, while the other side is the truthful answer to her question. While such situations can be perplexing, there are various approaches to thinking about ethical decision-making. The ends-based approach means choosing what does the greatest good for the greatest number. The rules-based approach is straightforward. Stick to the rules and don't worry about the result. The care-based approach is basically do unto others as you would have them do unto you. When faced with an ethical dilemma, be sure to consider all possible options. We often operate in a binary, and our minds will limit itself to two conflicting options, even if there are other choices on the proverbial table. Fortunately, there is a simple three-step process to resolving an ethical dilemma. Step 1. Analyze the consequences. Before making a choice, consider both the positive and negative consequences of each option, not only their quantity, but also their quality. For example, health is more important than a new TV, while betraying a friend is more harmful than an omission of truth. Step 2. Analyze the actions. Some actions are inherently good, such as keeping promises, while others are bad, such as theft. Even if good things come from bad actions, the action will never truly be right. Consider this possible conflict before making a hard ethical choice. Step 3. Make a decision. Analyzing the consequences and actions will act as a check on your behavior, making the most ethical choice quite clear in a given scenario. However, if you find yourself stuck, speak to others about the dilemma. Getting the opinion of other knowledgeable and ethical people usually helps. After making a decision, analyze the impacts of your choice. In this period of reflection, consider what you can do to prevent such a dilemma from happening again.